I mean, we had our eye on the game, knowing that if they lost and we won, we would win it. And when they ended up actually losing, we couldn't have a blind eye to it. And, we knew it was at stake. And I think that gave us even more motivation for this game. I mean, at the start of the year, this was one of our goals, and check the box off, but we got a lot more to do for sure. But it's definitely great to get this championship and be a part of this program.
Sam, your team made a pretty good run with you and Jay on the bench. I was curious, what can you say about the lineup that was in there in the last 8 minutes or so when you and Jay weren't on the floor?
Man, those guys played their butts off. I mean, on the defense end, they were phenomenal, and they were making really good plays on offense. And I think that's what really sealed us the game is that stretch where those guys were in, and hats off to them. They played awesome tonight, and we really need everyone tonight because this was a hard-fought battle against a really good team.
Sam, I know that the threes didn't go down early for you, but every other shot did. What was it that kind of got you into a rhythm? What did you find in their defense?
I mean, it was just one of those games where you get a couple to go and the basket kind of opens up and it looks bigger. And I think I got a couple of good ones, maybe good, easy ones early. And I think that just sprung me forward for the rest of the game. And I hit some big ones, but overall, it's our defense that won this game.
Next three will be Gene Wong, Preston Willett, and Caroline Darney.
Yeah. Hey, Sam, does this championship feel maybe extra special given the circumstances of the season? The pause you guys had, who knew when you were going to play, if you didn't know if you're going to play, sometimes you had to cancel games. Just in the big scheme of things, I mean, where would you say this ranks given the pandemic?
I mean, it's definitely different. I'd never been a part of a conference championship team until now. So for me, this is a first in college. So I'm just excited that we got it and we got it done. And it didn't matter if it was during the pandemic or not. I'm just happy that we were able to come up on top of this conference this year. So I'm really excited.
Sam, just given that 3-game losing streak y'all just had a couple weeks ago, what have you seen from this team over the past week or so just to kind of regain that confidence down the stretch and heading into the ACC tournament?
Yeah, I think the 3-game losing streak taught us a lot about ourselves and it pointed out areas that we really needed to improve on. And I think the last 2 games, we've hit on those really well. And we've come together as a team. No one's held their head. We stayed working in practice and look where it got us. So definitely more to build on because there's a lot more that we need to do or that we want to do. So, and a lot of basketball left. And but definitely going to embrace this moment for sure.
Sam, you guys have rough math, 3 of the 5 road wins when you look at the top half of the ACC. How important is it, especially since you guys lost a couple big home games because of pauses and all that stuff, but now sitting atop the conference to be able to play on the road in these tough environments? And what was it like today? This was the biggest crowd that Louisville's had all season.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's rare that fans are in the stands nowadays, it seems like. So it was definitely it was a cool environment to play in for sure. It was definitely different, and you kind of have to get adjusted to that with fans in the stands because when we're at home, we don't have any. So, but overall, I think road wins are one of the best things in the conference for sure. It's definitely special to get this one, and obviously, given the circumstances, this was a huge one.
All right, last question for Sam to Hank Kurz.
Hey, Sam, given the way Florida State that game went and the kind of blueprint they put out there for how to play you guys, what kind of urgency have you guys felt to kind of get that squared away and kind of get everything going back in the right direction?
Yeah, I mean, they exposed us for sure. And when that happens, you have to work on it and learn from it and get better. And I think we've put the time in practice, and it's been showing. So they definitely did a good job against us. And I think after that game, we refocused. I mean, even after the other 2 games we lost, so we just had a different focus to us in practice and determination to get better. So I think that's shown the last couple of games.
Super excited. I mean, this is exactly what I came here for. And I wanted to play against the best competition and win championships at the highest level. And so I'm super excited, super proud of my guys, super proud of coaching staff. And we really put together a great game, I would say. And there were stretches where they were making runs, and we just withstand those. And I was really happy about it.
If I can follow up, you were pretty much a double figure guy every night, and then you hit that lull late in the season where I think you had 4 points and then 2 points. What have you done since then to kind of regain your form?
Not much different. Just I would say like a mentality and a mindset also changed. I feel like I was just thinking, all right, I need to be more aggressive, because if I'm not aggressive, it's going to be a lot harder for us to win. And I know I got a lot of confidence from my teammates. They were all telling me, like, we need you to score. Like Coach Bennett, he's telling me he wants me to be aggressive and make plays. And really, I just thank them for it. And also my mom, she was talking a little trash to me too. So that helped motivate me to get back to what I was doing.
Trey, I wanted to ask, there was a lineup that you were in when Sam and Jay were both on the bench that sort of helped extend the lead. And I was curious just what all from that and some of them contribute to that.
You started like jitter.
You broke up a little bit there, Bennett. You say
Just talk about Lana with Jay and Sam. I mean, with Jay and Sam. I mean, really just guys staying ready. And Justin gave us really valuable minutes. He came in and rebounded the ball really well, offensively and defensively. And really, we were just very connected the entire time. And it was a next man up mentality when people were in foul trouble. And, you know, I'm super proud of everybody.
Well, forget what I was going to ask you. Tell me about this trash talk from your mom. What did your mom say to get you fired up?
See, the thing is, my mom, she's one of those moms that's like super biased and will be like, oh, you play well, even though when I know I didn't play well. But after the NC State game, she literally said to me, yeah, you sucked. And I was like, oh, nah, I can't have that happen. So I gotta pick this up. So I think that fired me up in order to make some more plays and put the ball in the basket.
What has she been saying the last couple games?
Good job, baby. That's it.
Thanks, man.
Yep.
All right, we'll go on to Preston Willett, Hank Kurz, and Caroline Darney.
Trey, after that 3-game losing streak, you know, a lot of guys said they lost some confidence. What have you seen from this team to kind of regroup and kind of build some momentum going into the ACC tournament now?
Well, Coach Bennett, after which game was that? I want to say the NC State game. We all talked and we were just like, look, we can't lose confidence and we can't like get shut down by this whole losing streak. And we just got to stay confident and remember all the work that we put in over the summer. And guys, we just worked hard in practice. Like everybody was working really hard in practice, and I feel like it really translated to the game.
Trey, you guys finished with 8 blocks today, held Carly Jones to 6 points, 2 for 15 shooting. What can you say about your effort defensively, and how much did that start to compound on itself once you got rolling?
Well, first off, I'll say he's a great guard, and he's a tremendous scorer and has had a great college career. And so it's really a team effort. It wasn't just one individual person. And I'm really proud of our guys for stepping in and really trying to control and contain him, because it's definitely a tall task. So once again, super proud.
Hey, Trey, when you guys went through that little drought there and, defense and offense both were kind of a problem, how much was that difficult for you as a guy who just got here this year? And, the system, the defensive system especially is kind of complicated.
I wouldn't say it was a problem. I mean, we weren't really too worried. We just had to understand we had to have a little bit more urgency, and we had to just lock in as a team and regroup. One thing that Coach Bennett always says is don't yield, and I feel like that always runs through our head whenever we're playing, especially when teams go on a run, because basketball is a game of runs, and you just have to withstand the runs and make a run on your own. But the defense, I wouldn't say it's too complicated. I feel like the main thing you have to do is stay in front of your man, and that's step one.
Does it feel pretty remarkable after where you guys were kind of psychologically 2 weeks ago to now be ACC champions?
Not really. I mean, I feel like 2 of those games, Duke and NC State, we were just a few plays away from coming away with a victory. And, I mean, just didn't happen. And so I feel like really now we're going on a good path, and we have a lot of momentum going into the tournament time.